is making a slide pull off from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret. So in one note you cover the ground of the 3rd and 5th fret. You're sliding, playing on the 5th string, and then 2 open strikes on the 4th string open. So it's turnaround, it will feature like this. A very simple concept for the introduction. So from the beginning I'm going to play from the start before we lead into the verse. So this is going to cap off our introduction. This is going to start from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, pretty slow. We're going to do it real slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple concept. Again, if you need to reference things, always consult the tablature which is laid out for you, and you can also rewind if you're not sure. So this is going to wrap up the introduction, and we're going to move on to the verse, the very pivotal verse. We're going to discuss that in detail here shortly. Okay, so this is going to be the portion, the part of the song that is essentially the verse, and this is the part of the song where he's in the spoken word singing the all of that stuff, and it's going to fall right after the introduction. And the introduction, as we last left off, goes like this. And picking up after that, he begins to pulsate this again, this monotonic bass note, this accompaniment. And that's what he does. He picks off on that after he plays this introduction. So I'll play it here. And we're going to go over that part here shortly. So after he plays this introduction, he starts this singing. He goes, and what he's doing here is, we actually discussed it earlier in this video, he's going to be playing in all 4 measures, 4 licks based on the 12th fret. And what you're going to be doing is the first is going to be a series of 4 notes, and with your index finger you're going to pick out the 2nd string on the 12th fret, and with your index finger you're going to pluck the 1st and 2nd strings to make up the next 3 notes. You're going to be playing this kind of with the 12th fret, the slide hovering over the 12th fret, and it's going to be played like this. 1, 2, 3. So in all it's the 2nd string and then the 1st and 2nd string together for the next 3 notes. And all together it'll sound like this. And then you proceed with this bass. And he does that for the first 3 verses. So the first 3 verses are going to be like this. So he's going to be essentially playing those 3 verses the same repetition of notes. Then in that final 4th measure, he's going to end the whole verse like this. And that's also what we discussed earlier in the introduction. So from the beginning it's and then in this final measure here, what he's going to be doing is he's going to be playing 4 notes again, but this time it's going to be individual notes. And the first note is going to be on the 2nd string. The next note is going to be on the bottom string. The 3rd note is going to be on the 2nd string. And then you're going to resolve and end the 4th note being on the 3rd string. You're going to be picking out those strings with the index finger. And then, so from the beginning, this whole verse will go like this. And that is the first verse. And this is something that he repeats throughout the remainder of the song. So in that first verse, he's just hymning, but in the second verse, he'll go like this: the one I love took it my best friend. Some joker got lucky, stole her back again. And we're going to be discussing that later on. So after this, when he resolves and ends on that final measure, you better come home in my kitchen. Going to be raining outdoors. And we're going to be talking about that here shortly. So what I discussed earlier is this. Ending on that 4th measure, that resolve on the 3rd string. He plays this lick coming up. You better, you better. And we're going to go over that here shortly. So after this final lick on the 12th fret, he goes into this bass note. You better, you better, you better. And he goes into this lick here, which I'm going to discuss here. So you better. And by doing that, what you're going to be doing is you're going to locate the 1st fret, and on the 2nd string you're going to play this pull off. The first, it's going to be a series of 3 notes on this pull off, and what you're going to do is play the 2nd string open, and then the 1st fret 2nd string, and then again the 2nd string open, and then the 4th string open. So it's 3 notes, and this pull off is gonna take care of 2 notes with 1 strike. 1, 2, 3. You better. So I'll play from that last resolving, that last phrase on the 12th fret. You better, you better. And after he plays this, you better come home. You better come home. And we'll discuss that here shortly. So after this, you better come home. He's going to play 2 strikes on the 12th fret, meaning the 1st and 2nd string on the 12th fret with the slide. And that's gonna be played over the come home lyric. You better come home. You better come home. And after you play this come home, you play this revolving bass accompaniment. You better come home. Very simple. So now that we've gotten this far, let's start from the beginning of the first verse, and we'll start here shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4. You better come home. Pretty straightforward and simple. With if in doubt, notice that you're going to always be on the 12th fret, and the 12th fret is going to be echoing the lyrics to the song by the syllable. So when in doubt, always have trust in the 12th fret in the individual strings to match by the syllables of Robert Johnson. So now that we've covered this, you better come home. With those 2 strikes, come home, he goes back into this bass. In my kitchen. Now that's what we're gonna cover here shortly. So when he plays this, come home, he goes back to this bass. And now what he's gonna be doing here is playing this in my kitchen. Now that part is going to be played like this. The first note is going to be on the 1st string on the 12th fret. In, then my is going to be on the 2nd string, 12th fret. And then the 3rd string, 12th fret. And then you slide over to play the entire 7th fret barred with the slide. So all together it's going to be like this. In my kitchen. So in all it's like 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 7th. And all together it will shape out like this. You better come home. In my kitchen. So when you get to that 3rd string, in my kitchen, the 3rd string is going to be over ki in the word kitchen, and then chen is going to be over the 7th fret. So kitchen, in my kitchen. So together be like, you better come home in my kitchen. Pretty simple. So after he plays this 7th fret, he plays this lick again. So I'll take it from the beginning. You better come home in my kitchen. And he plays that lick again. And after he plays this lick, he goes and plays this final thing. Going to be raining outdoor. Going to be raining outdoors. We're going to go over that here shortly. So going to be raining outdoors. And it's also laid out for you in the tablature. So after the 7th fret, going to be raining outdoors. And that's what we're going to cover here shortly. Yeah. So, in this part, going to be raining outdoors is going to start on the 12th fret bottom string. 1, then you're going to go to the 2nd string 12th fret, then the 3rd string 12th fret, then the 10th fret 3rd string, and then go back to the 12th fret 4th string, and then resolve on the 3rd string 12th fret. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to be raining outdoors. Again, it's laid out for your tablature. Going to be raining outdoors. So let's study that a little bit more. The 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 10th fret 3rd string, and resolve on the 3rd string 12th fret. Going to be raining outdoors. So it's like an arpeggio on the 12th fret. 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 10th fret 3rd string, 3rd string 12th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to be raining outdoors. Pretty straightforward and simple. And again, when in doubt, it's all about ringing out the syllables with the individualized strings on the 12th fret. Going to be raining outdoors. And we'll go over the from this part, you better, and we'll put it all together. So it'll be like this. You better come home in my kitchen. Going to be raining outdoors. Going to be raining outdoors. Pretty simple. And then what he's going to do is after each verse, he ends on this lick that sounds like this. So going to be raining outdoors. And we're going to go over that here to make up the end of this verse. So what you're going to do is you're going to locate the 4th string 5th fret, and you're going to be playing this all with a slide. So it's going to start on the 5th fret 4th string 1, and the next note is going to be on the 3rd fret 4th string. Then you're going to play the open string on the 4th string. So it'll be like this: 5, 3rd fret, open, and then you're going to play on the 5th string, 3rd fret, then the 5th string open, and then there's going to be 4 notes here coming. It's going to be the 3rd fret top string, then the open string 5th string, and then again on the top string 3rd fret, then the open string 5th string. So it's so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all together it's like this. And it's also laid out for you in the tablature. So basically it comes into play right after this final. Let me try that again. Going to be raining outdoors. And it's imperative that you get the timing right. So after he plays that series of notes, he resolves on the, he plays like an open chord with the, when you're fingering the bottom string on the 5th fret. Stole her back again. In my kitchen. It's going to be raining. And you repeat that throughout the whole duration of the song. And that pretty much is the song from front to finish. Discuss the verses, the kind of tricks and the interplay. This imperative lick is very crucial to set you up for the other licks that appear in the song. And also this bass. This bass is substituting over the turnaround to restart you on the verse. And there's also going to be a portion of the song where he says, can you hear the wind howl? And basically what he's doing here is he's playing on the 15th fret and resolving back to the 12th fret. So it will be like this. Oh, can you hear the wind howl? And that's something that he does briefly there. So what you're going to be doing there is you're going to lead into this 15th fret by starting on the 2nd string, and then you're going to be playing the 1st and 2nd strings on the 15th fret. So it's, then you're going to go into the 12th fret 2nd string, and then the bottom string on the 12th fret, and resolve on the 3rd string 12th fret. So all together it's, I could hear the wind howl. You better go home in my kitchen. Going to be raining outdoors. And it's a pretty straightforward song from front to finish. Pretty easy. Again, when in doubt, it's all about matching the syllables
playing individualized strings on the 12th fret. It's also good to flick with your index finger the first and second string on the 12th fret to bring this kind of dimension out. That's what he likes to do in this song, and you will hear it as you follow along in the LP. So for the most part, most of the stuff, the introduction also finds itself in the verses as well. So I feel that I've given you more than enough material to work with here. It's also laid out for you in the tablature, and if there's any questions, don't hesitate to email me. So this is Delta Lou signing off on Come Home in My Kitchen Blues by Robert Johnson.